Welcome back, everyone, to another segment of the MCR, Mac and me. My name's TJ. In this segment, I guess I kind of want to talk about the transgender guys beating the snot out of the women last week in boxing. And in the one case, within 46 seconds, an Italian female boxer by the name of Angela Carini threw in the towel against her opponent from Algeria, Khalif. Let's see, Iman, I-M-A-N-E, however you say it, Khalif. After 46 seconds, she said, "That's it. He had already landed two solid blows to her head. He, she, it, whoever landed two solid blows to her head, and she said, "That's it. I can't take any more." 46 seconds.
Well, I did hear a quote
46
from her where she said that she's never been hit that hard in her life.
If you see the video of the event, she drops to her knees. She starts crying. Eventually, she gets her composure together. She gets up and walks off the stage, walks out of the ring, steps out of the ring. Does not congratulate her opponent, Khalif. Doesn't shake hands or hug or anything. And here's where it just kind of irritates me. Someone got to her. Got to Angela Carini from Italy. Someone got to her. Because what did she turn around and do a few days later? She issued an apology for her conduct upon her loss.
Well, then get your skull cracked some more.
Oh my goodness. And as I was reading the news article, and I got this news article out of the Right Scoop, okay? And the author of the article says this is why they get away with what they get away with, because Carini apologized. Carini apologized.
Check the bank account. How much did she get to say that?
I don't know, but clearly someone got to her. And what it let me see if I can find it here.
Well, as I understand it, this Shim has also dropped out of the Olympics.
Well, in another news report, also I got this out of the Right Scoop. European Vice President of the World Boxing Organization warned the International Olympic Committee that Iman Khalif out of Algeria was male, and they chose to ignore him. He something about XY chromosome. And they said, right. "Hey,
that's what makes you a man.
You got a guy fighting a woman." And that's not the only one either. You had one out of Taiwan, from Taiwan, Lin Yu Ting, LINYU-TING, Lin Yu Ting. Yeah, you think? Its opponent did last, I guess, 3 rounds or something. I guess they go 3 rounds. And the female from Uzbekistan, Satora, and I'm going to just butcher the last name, but Satora from Uzbekistan, it sounds like she went the 3 rounds, but the Taiwan fighter got the better of her. And that individual also had XY chromosome. Any thoughts so far? Because I'll keep ranting here, Mac.
Well, there's a reason why you never saw Muhammad Ali, a heavyweight, fight Sugar Ray Leonard. I believe he was a lightweight or a welterweight, because he would kill him.
Yeah.
And this is the same reason. You have boxing classes. And when you erase those because of someone's gender dysphoria and their mental illness, quite honestly is what it is, then because you want them to feel good about themselves, so just keep doing the insanity. And you know what? Here's the thing: if you want to get in the ring with a man and fight him, then that's your business. I don't want to hear from her ever again.
Well, some of the ladies wanted to do the MMA thing, and they said, "Fine, have at it." And I don't think any of them won, from the best that I can recall. No. And all the clips I saw, they got their clocks cleaned. You know?
Well, if I'm, there was one woman who had her skull fractured.
Well, I know a year or so ago, and I don't exactly remember how long ago and what episode it was. We talked about the transgenders setting records in the women's weightlifting, and
Sure.
you had the one guy, the one man, got so upset with the transgenders with what they were doing, he entered the women's competition just to take the record away from the trans guy.
Yeah,
He
we did a segment on that.
yeah, and he did it in protest for what the transgender was being allowed to get away with. And then they had the nerve to say, well, you're not a real transgender, as if the transgender's a real woman. I just, can you even make this bovine excrement up, like I like to say?
Well, it's all for chaos and confusion. It's satanic in my opinion.
Yeah. We asked back then in that segment, and I'll ask it again today. If a woman can do what a man can do, why can't they do what a transgender can do?
Yeah,
And where's
right.
these feminists in protests for this stupidity and this ridiculousness?
Well, the feminists are about power for themselves. They're not about looking out for these women.
And I'll wrap up my thoughts with, it just sucked that someone got to that Italian female boxer and made her apologize. That, you talk about the bitter pill in this whole thing.
Right.
She did something wrong, so she had to be the one to apologize. Put that twist on this whole thing. That just sucked. And like the one writer said, this is why they get away with this nonsense.
It is. There's no question about that.
And then you talk about an upside down world. Gee, making her apologize.
It depends on what the definition of is.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that was definitely a rant on my part, and I believe I've ranted out. So
okay.
All right. Okay. We'll bring this one to a close. Thanks everyone for your support. We'll catch you in the next segment. As always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.